Hello, in this video, I will explain to you on to how to find V1 and V2 using nodal analysis. So here, our goal is to find out what is V1 and then what is V2. And that is two things that we need to find out, right? And we will use nodal analysis. And let's do it step by step. The first step that we need to do is to label all the nodes. Okay, let's see what can we get from here. Also, aside from labeling all the nodes, we also extract some information that is available from the circuit. Okay, let's see here. We are given that this is our ground or our reference node. So this symbol meaning that this is the reference node, or some other books call it ground. And what does that mean? That means that the voltage here will be 0, right? And then we have some nodes here. We have V1 in this junction here, and also we have V2 here. Good. And then we have another information that is from this branch here. So the current that passed through this branch here, because we have current source, this is 5 ampere. And then on this branch, the current here going up, just see the arrow of the current source. So this one will be 2 ampere. Right? So this is 5 ampere going down, and this is 2 ampere going up. And I think we have labeled all the nodes and also extracting some information that will be useful in the circuit analysis. Okay, and then the second one is to assume the current direction for each branch. So assume the current's direction for each branch, right? So usually for the horizontal branch, I assume it's going to the right like this. I assume it is going to the right. And then for the vertical branch, I usually assume it going down here. And remember, because 2 ohm and 3 ohm is in series, this is the same current. And then this one here also going down, right? And I think we have labeled all the branch, right? Because we already know this branch. We already know this branch. And we have 3 other branches. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And we have done the second step. And now let's do the third step, which is do KCL for each unknown nodes. Okay, for each unknown nodes. What does I mean by unknown nodes? Here we know that the voltage here is 0, right? So this is not unknown nodes. This V1 is the one that we are looking for. It is unknown. The value of V1 is unknown, and then the value of V2 also unknown. So we need to do KCL at V1 and V2, right? So let's do exactly that, and let's start looking at V1. So we need to do KCL at V1. KCL at V1. What does KCL say? KCL says that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the sum of the current that goes out. Okay, let's see here out on V1 here. We have what current? There is no current that goes into V1. So I will write it as 0 here. So we will have 0 as the current that goes in, right? But the other currents, we have 1, 2, and 3 that is going out. So let's put the equal sign here. And this current here, we know exactly what is the value, which is 5 ampere. So we will write 5 there. Okay, now let's do another page here. This current here that is going to the right, we don't know the value yet, but we can use the formula of Ohm's law. Remember, current is the voltage divided by resistance, right? And how to calculate the voltage? Let's see the current here. The current is coming from V1. So I will write V1 first. And then the current is going to V2. So I will have minus V2 here. Good, but this is voltage. Remember, to get current, we need to divide it by the resistance. So I will have divided by 15. Good. And we still have another current here. One other current, which is this one. And that current, we can play the same game here. The current comes from V1. So I will have V1. And the current goes to this reference node, right? It coming from here and it goes here. So I will have minus 0. And it will need to be divided by the resistance between this node here and this node here. But that is 2 and 3 in series. Remember, series resistance, we can just add them up. So I will have 2 plus 3. Good. Now let's do some simplification here. I think I will have 0 is equal to, oh, maybe let's move this 5 to the left hand side. So we will have minus 5. And then that will equal nothing that we can do here. So we'll have V1 minus V2 divided by 15. And then here I will have plus V1 divided by 5. Good. And I think I need to get rid of the denominator here so we can work with integer coefficient. So I multiply both sides by 15, right? Because this will cancel and also this will cancel. Minus 5 multiplied by 15 is minus 75. And then this one will be 15 and 15 will cancel each other. So we'll have V1 minus V2 plus 3V1. And now we can just simplify this, right? So I will have V1 plus 3V1. That will be 4V1. And then minus, we will have V2. And that will equal to, I think I will have minus 75. Good. And I think nothing that we can do further from here. Let's save this as equation number 1. Good. And now we still need to do another KCL at this node. Remember, do KCL for each unknown nodes. Let's do the second one, which is KCL at V2. Again, KCL said that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the current that goes out. Let's see here. The current that goes in, there are two currents that goes in. This one here and this one here, right? Let's start from what we know first. This is exactly 2 ampere, so I will have 2 ampere here. And then plus another current that goes in, which is this one. The current comes from V1, so we will have V1. And then the current goes to V2, so I will have minus V2. And it is divided by the resistance between them, because voltage divided by resistance is current. Good. And then let's move on to the right hand side here. And we will have this current here, right? And the current comes from V2. And then the current goes to the reference node here. So I will have V2 minus 0. And remember, this is voltage. We need to divide it by the resistance between them. So I will need to divide it by 4. Good. And I think I will need to multiply both sides here by 60, right? Because this will cancel. So we will have 2 multiplied by 60. That will be 120. And then 15 and 60 will cancel into 4. So I will have 4V1 minus 4V2. And then V2 minus 0 is just V2. But then 4 and 60 will cancel into 15. So I will have 15V2, right? On the right hand side. Good. And now what can we do from here? I think we can just moving thing around. So I'll have 4v1 minus 19v2, and that will equal to 100 minus 120. And this is our second equation. So now we have two equations with two variables. We should be able to solve it. So we need to move on to the fourth step, which is solve the resulting equation. Solve the equation. Okay, how to do that? And I will go the fastest way, which is to use calculator. And I will explain to you on how to use calculator to do equation solving. Okay, let's clean up the slide first. Okay, from the KCLs, we get these two equations. And let's use our calculator to solve this. How to do that? Let's set up our calculator here to do equation solver. So this button, and then number 5, an equation solver. And two variables is number 1. And then we can just plug the coefficient of the equation. So we will have 4 here, and then minus 1, and then minus 75. Good. And then I will have 4, and then minus 19, and then minus 120. And we get the x value, which is our V1 here. So our V1 here is minus 145 divided by 8. So we'll have V1 here is minus 145 divided by 8. Or maybe I will use the decimal representation, which is minus 18.125. Minus 18.125. And the unit here will be in volt. But then we need to find out what is V2, which is the y value of this equation. And that will be 5 over 2 or 2.5. So I will have 5 over 2 or 2.5. And the unit here is volt. And so we have achieved our goal, which is to find out V1. And that is this value here. And also V2, which is this value here. Okay, so hopefully I did not make any mistakes during the calculation. Let me know if I did. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.